Hello, you're live. Welcome to this live. I could call it a taste challenge, but it really won't be a challenge. That's why I said in the title description, a so-called taste challenge. See, they changed the camera ratio on this because they had it set to your face was like I'm seeing what I could see. Like you couldn't tell if you were positioned right now. I can see I am. I don't know. I think YouTube is experimenting with different things at this time because I noticed that what I'm looking at is different than just this morning. Can't explain it. All right, well, 2 clear rum. This is for tomorrow's slot. This is the Friday slot. For the Monday slot, I've got to do an American blended whiskey because I'm going to be ending the bourbon taste challenges for a while, and then I'm starting American blended. So I got to do a solo recorded review of this Grand Legacy. You say it's a Grand Legacy? Yeah, from CVS Pharmacy. So I'll do that, and that'll be the Monday slot. So no cherry pie liqueur. Pie hole. Pie hole. No pie hole for your pie hole. Put it in your pie hole. No pie hole liqueur for Monday. I'll eventually dissipate it. Then I got to do that Martell brandy, dissipate that, which is going to be enjoyable. Okay, but so I have imported Sköl rum. Sköl, cheers, hurrah, Slanjivar, hip hip hooray. Introduced in 1956 by J.A. Doherty's Sons. Now made by Sazerac. In 1956, J.A. Doherty's and Sons was not even their own company. I think they sold out in 1919. The father had died and the 2 sons had it, and they could see where Prohibition coming. They probably just said, let's just get out. Let somebody else deal with this. So somebody bought the name and their facilities, whatever, their rights. And so here we got Sköl, J.A. Doherty's Sons. A real company at one time, now just like so many others, just a name. Sköl rum with the castle in the barrel and the 3 fleur-de-lis in the crown. It is an interesting label, the gold and the black. I think you'll agree, it's a pretty interesting label. Nothing on the back. Dry white. This is what their description is, dry white, and it is so very dry. I couldn't tell it apart from Clubhouse rum. So I just have one rocks glass. Jimmy Bedford, Jack Daniel Distillery, Master Distiller, 1988 to present. Well, no longer. He's there no longer. But he was a Master Distiller at Jack Daniel's. This is a nice glass, and I got it for 25 cents, I think, at a yard sale. Hold on a second. I'm going to do something real fast. There was something on the glass. I didn't like that. Something on the glass. Okay. This is a dry, white, clear rum. They say dry white. It's clear. They say white rum, silver rum, but it's clear rum. Craft beer pours. Cheers, sir. Hey, craft beer pours. Thanks for watching. Now, but we're doing some rum pours. I didn't drink any craft beer today, but I have one lined up to do a review on. It's from Crying Eagle Distilling in Calcasieu Parish. And Calcasieu is an Indian word meaning crying eagle. So it's a session IPA. I know, I'm like, session IPAs. But I'm going to still try to be fair with it. All right, so the Sköl. I have one glass. I'm going to pour this. taste it, and then I'm gonna pour the other one. Because believe me, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no way I'm gonna confuse these two, and you'll see why. So let's look at the Sköl. Sköl. It was $6.99 for this whole liter bottle. $6.99 for 1 liter. That's a good price, eh? You know it. Well, it's a good price if the product's good. It's not a good price if the product is garbage, but it isn't garbage. It's exactly what they say. It's dry and it's clear. Or it's not white. They say white. Does it look like white to you? Does it look like the color white? And you say, no, it looks like a clear liquid. Exactly. All right. But they don't call them clear rum. Just like they don't say diet beer, right? They say light beer. It's how you frame it. How many beers do you see that they call them thin beer? They don't say Bud Thin. They say Bud Light. See, then thin is not going to work. LITE, Miller Lite, LITE used to be called diet beer that didn't sell. When they changed it to Miller Lite, sales went up. So this is the dry white. It is dry, clear, and I couldn't tell it apart from the Clubhouse. So I guess the Clubhouse is drier than I thought. Clubhouse is pretty good. That's from Heaven Hill. Some Heaven Hill products I don't care for. Well, some Sazerac products I don't care for, but that was the past. We'll do some more taste challenges with Clubhouse, and I had some Clubhouse blended American whiskey. And I also did Clubhouse gin a few years ago. You might remember Clubhouse gin, which was actually pretty dang good. It was strange though. It tasted like lemon lime, like they added lemon lime. You say no, juniper berries. That's what makes gin. Yeah, I know, but that one tastes like they added lemon lime to it. All right. This smells like some wood and some charcoal, charred wood, and some very light molasses. It's hard to describe clear rum if you never had it. Like I had never had rum until like a year or two ago, and people were describing it to me, and I wasn't sure what they meant. Like I didn't understand what it would taste like. Then I was looking at Myers's dark rum. It's really dark. The super dark molasses rum. So I read their website, Myers is, and I was saying, okay, I think I know what it's going to taste like from what they're talking about. And then when I tried Myers's rum, I said, it tastes exactly like I thought it would taste, which was strange. This one, I wasn't sure what to make of white rum. I'm serious. Clear rum, silver rum. I didn't know what to make of it. So I said, I'll try it. But then it was better than I thought it would be. I didn't know what it was going to taste like. I thought it was going to taste like some neutral spirit. Because everybody kept saying it's just made for mixing, made for mixing. So I thought it would have like no flavor. But white rum does have a flavor. It doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, but they do have little intricate flavors or what you call marginal flavors to differentiate. So this was mild, nice. It's, I guess, on par with Captain Morgan White, which is more expensive, or the Castillo Silver, Caribbean Silver, Castillo Silver, or the Bacardi Superior. Maybe it's not as good as those, but it probably is, and it's only $6.99 a liter. It's one of those products that if people knew about it more, they would buy it, and they wouldn't pay more for the other stuff. There's a lot of bourbon like that. I'm not supposed to say that on the internet. You know, that they have inexpensive bourbons for like $9.99 that taste as good as the real expensive ones. You say you're crazy. I'm not crazy. And people will say, I paid $60 for this bourbon, you fool. And I say, yeah, I have a bottle and I'm sipping on it from time to time. I wouldn't have paid $60 because the one I'm drinking that's $9.99 tastes is almost as good. But boy, don't say it on the internet. Um, yeah, it's like semi-sweet. Actually, it's like medium dry. It's just a little bit sweet because it's made with very light molasses. So it's very um, I don't know how you describe it, like dry. It's like crisp. It's very, very succinct with its flavor. Oh, what you call it? Like the flavor is very pinpoint and finely tuned. It's not sloppy. It takes you right to where you need to go as far as flavor. It's like, here is the rum flavor. There's no wild flim flam on either side. It's just very well done. And so, can you buy inexpensive rum, in this case $6.99 for a liter, and get something that's really darn good? You sure can. And Sazerac did a great job. Cheers to you, Sazerac. Sköl, J.A. Doherty's and Sons. It's been one of the real good surprises in the rum exploration. I'm not going to say it's as good as Captain Morgan White. I'm not going to say it's as good as the Bacardi Superior. And I'm not going to say it's as good as even the Castillo, which is a little bit more expensive from Bacardi Limited. But I do think a lot of these people that would take a position of hostility towards me would, in reference to this, if you gave them a blind taste test with this versus those three that I named, they might have a hard time. But how many people are going to do the blind taste tests? Exactly. They're not gonna. They'll just say, I know good rum. I know good bourbon. You don't. I say, hey, you want to do a blind taste test and test out your contention? Oh, I got time for your games, your all your little mind games. I'm out of here. I got to go to work. I say, well, you don't work till tomorrow night. It's 20 hours from now. Well, I'm busy. Bug off. I know good rum from bad. Well, you're not doing nothing over there. It'll take 10 minutes. Come do the blind taste test. They say, no, take off, I mean, get lost. I think some people are really hostile like that, and they got their dedicated, I love Jack Daniels. That's fine Tennessee whiskey, which is fine if you like it. But I'll say, well, how about let's do a blind taste test with some other ones that probably are as good as Jack Daniels. Maybe better, a little bit cheaper. Oh, hell no way, man. Like me getting in an argument with the guy yesterday over bourbon and him telling me, it's really hard to argue with an ignorant person. I had to laugh because I said, not really a way to back up your argument. You can call me ignorant. Doesn't make your point valid. Kind of makes your point invalid, because I told him I have proof to back up what I'm saying, and it's an absolute certainty that I'm right. I told him that. I can't assure you I'm 100% right. Nothing against you. I like the guy. He'll get over it. Next time I see him, he'll be nice, I think. He was really mad, though, and I thought, why would you get so angry over something so trivial? And he told me, you're always right, huh? Ronald's always right. He's got to always be right. I said, no, I don't have to always be right. But in this discussion, you can make book on that. I'm right. Oh, he hated that. But I'll never back down if I'm right. I'll never back down. Never. I was talking to a lady in the grocery store one time, and she told me, oh, you're wrong about bourbon. Once again, I don't know why bourbon is like a flashpoint for anger. I said, no, actually, that's not the law. Oh, yes, it is. I said, no, it isn't. She said, well, you're wrong. My sons drink bourbon, as though that's like, that makes your art. Like the other guy, he was telling me, well, I drank way more bourbon than you. Well, that's good. That doesn't mean you're right. It would be like arguing about sports and him saying, well, I've been to way more Saints games than you. I mean, I would say, I don't care if you go sleep at the Saints training camp 3 times a year. I'm telling you, you're wrong about whatever the argument would be. So that was her argument. My sons drank a lot of bourbon. Well, great. I told her, I said, would you like me to give you the source? I can show you the website, or you can even call them, U.S. government. She stormed out of where we were. I don't have to hear this. I said, I know you don't have to. Johnny Tactical says, Sköl, bottom shelf at the club. Name Sköl reminds me of dipping. Yeah, that's Sköl tobacco. It's bottom shelf. Fine. I know what I'm dealing with. This is not, but look, I was at an Italian restaurant Saturday, and I'm watching. You know me, I'm just all nonchalant, and I'm watching. I see the girl, very nice lady, got tattoos on her. What's new? 2019, right? And I'm watching, and she's making vodka martinis, something. I still look at her. Now they got all these nice vodkas on the shelf. I'm looking Tito's, Grey Goose. They got what's the one everyone used to drink all the time? Kettle One. Got Kettle One. I'm watching her, but I see what she's grabbing from underneath the counter. She's not grabbing the shelf. She's grabbing underneath, and I said, "Oh, well, look at that." I think it was Rickaloff. One of these cheap Sazerac brands got like an eagle on it, black eagle with like a label like the Sköl. I said, oh, look at those people paying $8 for vodka martini and they're getting Rickaloff. But that's what you get at these bars, and you're paying all kind of money. You could have bought a whole bottle of Rickaloff at Door for $7.99 for a liter. All right. Good day. Just about to do a review on Moosehead Lager, says SK Reviewer. Oh, that's a very good beer to review. Connor Benak says, afternoon, sir. Do you or have you considered reviewing tobacco products? Oh, no. That's like Barack Hussein Obama said, that's above my pay grade. What do I know for tobacco? No, I don't think I'm the person that would be able to do that. Tobacco products. No, you can't do it. All right. This is really nice. I like it. I would recommend it. I would never refuse it. Nor would I ever actually be looking for it, because I'm not a big rum drinker, but it exists, so I'm trying it, so I like it. Okay. Do you use any tobacco? Use. You see, we don't like to utilize words like use. You see, use has a bad connotation. You know, we don't want to say use. We want to steer clear of the words like use or other words that would have two syllables ending with use. Do I use tobacco? We're going to avoid answering that question, but I'm going to give an oblique answer and say, I think you probably know the answer to what you're asking. You know what I mean? Okay. He says, enjoy. Now, so we did the Sköl. Nice product. I know people say bad things about Sköl because I get a lot of comments like, oh no, Sköl vodka. I drank half a bottle one time at a party and I was sick for 3 days. And every time I see it, I get shivers. Well, it's like, well, you didn't have to drink half a bottle at a party when you were 19. So I'm not a defender of Sköl vodka. I see it all the time. I see Dobra. The third says Dobra from the same people. But I think Sköl can't be that bad if Walmart sells it and not a small amount of it. And Circle K's always got Sköl. Can't be that bad. On the other hand, they have a lot of Heaven Hill Kentucky blended whiskey, and that's kind of All right. Well, anyway, now the infamous Ron Rio, which has a different bottle design they're showing on their website. Maybe the liter bottle is different, smoother. Because if you look at the McCormick website, it has a real pretty, what you call that, embossed. It's like little diamonds all around the bottle shoulder. Real pretty design. I say, fancy. Kind of like the Northern Lights. If you ever get the Northern Lights Canadian blended whiskey, it's kind of a real pretty bottle. I'll show you that when we do the examination one day, the review. So I was thinking, Ron Rio, I did some research, came out in 1975. It's bottled in Missouri by Weston, by Ron Rio Importers, in other words, McCormick, Holiday Brewing. It's got some kind of medals on it that you know they never won. Just meaningless, fancy pants stuff. It's got a pen and ink or an etching, maybe it's wood, and it has texture too. You can feel the waves on it. It's a clipper ship out in the water, probably delivering the rum to Boston. Then Boston's delivering the finished goods to the Guinea Coast, and the Guinea Coast is delivering. We're going to stop right there because you say, well, that's triangle trade. Why they don't put that on the bottle? Well, ha 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 ha. All right, so it's red, like a deep brick red, gold, and khaki with the black pen and ink. It even has the artist's signature on there. So small, but it says Whitney Jolin. It's nice. So I thought, well, it's got a nice looking label. They talk about it on the website like it's a decent little product here, talking about, like, look at how they talk about it. And they show a mixed drink, a cocktail with the Ron Rio, and they're saying made with 5 times distilled Caribbean rum, Ron Rio rum evokes the relaxed lifestyle in fun of the islands. So I was thinking, wow, the relaxed lifestyle in the fun of the islands. Available in both medium-bodied gold and the lightly sweet silver. Ron Rio rum is made from molasses refined, excuse me, from 100% American sugarcane. I said, oh man, that's gonna be a pretty good rum. Then I opened the bottle. G and JK said, we know about these ones. Yeah, we know about these ones. Well, I never did a taste comparison between these two particular ones. Beautiful plastic cap. Being sarcastic. All right. So I opened the bottle. All right. I poured it. You know, watch the solo recorded review. I said, oh, yeah, hey, white rum, clear rum, Ron Rio, Caribbean rum. All right, everything's looking good. It was only $6.99 for the one liter bottle, 1,000 milliliters, $6.99 at Super Discount Store, where I also bought the Clubhouse. I had to pay $6.99 each. If you'd have bought 2 of the same, it was $5.99. So theoretically, you could have gotten it for $5.99. But you had to buy 2 bottles. Oh, no, I wasn't buying 2 bottles of something menthol, something I never tried. I'm gonna need this menthol after this. And so I just took the chance, and I'm glad I didn't buy 2. Here we go. Okay, so it looks nice, you know, clear, silver, rum, whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, silver, Ron Rio silver. Isn't that what they call it? Ron Rio silver, sweet silver, the lightly sweet silver. In other words, medium dry, or kind of halfway between dry and sweet. Okay, fine. So then I smelled it. I was like, okay. I said, oh, why? And I'm saying that right now. Why? It's like the girl said in 1994. Why? Why? Who smells this and drinks this? I mean, that's why I don't have 2 glasses with tags. Why would you need that? There's no way you would confuse these 2. That cannot happen. You would never confuse this with any other rum on the planet. Well, maybe they have other ones that smell like Monsanto's Roundup and pesticide and bagasse, which is rotted sugarcane stalks. It's unique. You say, I want something different. I want to live a little. I want a rum that's different. Something that's like nothing I've ever had before. Here's a good option. You might pass out, or worse, you know, whatever you ate might. It's unbelievable. Every time I smell it, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. It's like when the woman was watching Lois Lane hanging from the helicopter, and she said, "He got her. He got her. He got." You know, she couldn't believe it. He saved her. Say, Jim, that's a bad outfit. Woo, woo, and then the two women laugh. But this is kind of like that. Like it's a fantasy thing. It's like a movie. It doesn't make sense. It's not real. It can't be real. It's all part of my rock and roll fantasy. No, you say, let it breathe, man. Let it breathe. Zap them with your siren. Zap them with your siren. There's mines over there. There's mines over there. And watch out, man. All right. I'm letting it breathe. It smells like grass, like some old weeds and wild onions and pesticide. Man, look, I don't know what this smells like. But can't say it's like everything else. Maxwell says, greetings, Ron. What about the weather in Louisiana? Hot, incredibly, unmercifully hot. About 96 degrees today. Insanely hot. I woke up this morning, went walking at 6:15. It was just becoming daylight. It was 75. Well, to me, that was cool. I said, it's cool. It's cool outside. Oh, man. It is crazy. It's not as humid as it could be, though. That's helping. Because when it gets this hot, even the humidity goes away. It dries it up. But it's up. Dangerously hot. Dangerously hot. Dangerously hot. And then my lawnmower's running bad. The man told me, use this pure gasoline. It's going to clean up that engine. He said, you're lucky it's still running. Because I was using the ethanol gas. It seemed like it's running worse. I put this purified gas. It's running worse. I said, I'm going to go buy another spark plug. I'm sure that's not the reason. Champion spark plug. Only $1.95 after tax. I said, I know it ain't going to help. But I'm going to try it anyway and I put it on. Didn't run any better. So now I got 2 new spark plugs, basically. I said, well, I think the lawnmower is dead. It's 15 years old. It might be 16 years old, but it's at least 15 years old. Weed Eater brand. I just think people kept saying, you're using that bad gas, the ethanol, it killing it. You know, the 10% ethanol gas. Corn liquor. That's what ethanol is. Corn, grain, alcohol, like what they make liquor with. I said, okay. So the man selling me the gas, it's going to clean it up. You're going to see. I said, I think it's dead. He said, is it running? I said, well, yeah. He said, well, it's going to start running better. Ran worse. I used to be able to cut the whole yard, have gas left over. Now you can't even make it through. I said, it's over. I got to go buy a new one. And Walmart isn't even selling push mowers right now because the whole store is being renovated over here. So half the store is empty. She said, we got battery operated, but you don't want that. This is the woman selling the product. You don't want that. I said, you're right about that. So I'm going to have to go to Tractor Supply. What is it? Tractor Supply Company. Go see what they have. I'm just ready to throw in the towel, get a new one. Sad, though, because I just had the blade sharp. Just bought a new blade. Bought a brand new blade for this Weed Eater brand lawnmower. Oh, well. Oh, well. Seafoam and Marvel's Mystery Oil. It's your idle jet in your carburetor. Marvel Mystery Oil. My grandpa used to talk about that Marvel Mystery Oil, but I thought that was for a car. Would it work for a lawnmower? I hate to keep trying these cures, these cures, because it's running like blah, 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 blah. I says I can't. It used to run so good. It still starts 4 pumps with that primer. Boom, starts right up, but it's I don't know, something's wrong with it. I always did start. Unlike that old lawnmower with the Tecumseh engine, that company went out of business. Imagine they were in business like 80 years making horrible engines that would never start. Tecumseh, horrible company, horrible, horrible. This is a Briggs and Stratton, and they do have kind of like an incredible durability, but it's very sick, y'all. This mower is very ill. I'm surprised I got the grass cut. The taste isn't that bad, though. That's what's so bizarre about this product. I'm sorry for going on long. I'm worrying about that lawnmower. I got to reshoot that blended whiskey video because I was thinking about that lawnmower. That made too many errors in the video. The taste is not bad. Usually if something smells bad, it's going to taste bad, right? And then the badness of the aroma kind of dissipates. Still, I don't know. You'd have to come over here and smell this. If you probably wouldn't drink it. You'd probably take a smell and say, I ain't drinking that. You drink it. I'm trying to stay alive over here. Now it just smells like some kind of like overripe, so to speak, molasses. And some fumes. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I gotta take a drink. The taste, it's a lot sweeter than the Sköl. Not way sweeter, but it's a good deal sweeter. It's kind of medium bodied, almost toward light, heading down toward light. And the finish is pretty crisp. But that aroma, I guess if you poured it, I guess if you took Ron Rio and you poured it and let it set out on the counter for 30 minutes and the fumes dissipate, it might be all right. But who's going to do that? So as opening the bottle and pouring it in a glass and drinking the product, I'm going to finish the bottle some kind of way. Look how much I got left. You can tell I've been, I hadn't been in any rush to drink it, right? Check back with me in 2026. We might be wrapping it up. Put some of that in your weed eater. Carbenoxide. Yeah, that might make the lawnmower run better if I put this Ron Rio in it. But I doubt it. I don't know how. A little bit more of that weed came back. You say weed, man. Oh yeah, man, I'm down with that. I don't mean weed like you thinking about. I mean like a weed in the yard. That you would never eat and never want to smell and never want to burn. Even if you burn the weeds, they don't smell good. That's what I'm talking about. Just all around badness. Except when you taste it, it's not that bad. What is your position on THC beers? I don't have a position. I never had a THC beer. I had those marijuana, hemp infused kind of gimmick beers that are supposed to smell and like they were okay. I mean, I would never buy them to actually drink. They were good to review, but a few of them were actually literally good, and most of them were kind of bad, like not good. But beer with actual THC in it, I would have no interest in drinking that. But I'm kind of, this is going to be taken wrong. I'm kind of liberal about drug laws. And if people know my philosophy, they'll understand that. So Ron Rio loses again, but of course it's lost every time. It has a 0% success rate in the taste challenges. But why would it win? It doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste horrible, actually. It tastes kind of like average. Quizzical. That's the flavor. Quizzical. The aroma is a F minus. You know, it's a NA. It's like, it's so bad it can't even rate an F. The aroma is beyond belief. So it has never won any taste challenges. It obviously never will win a taste challenge. I would never recommend it. If I saw it, I would never buy it. If I saw the gold I would buy just to see. Could it actually be that this is what they're trying to make? You know, are they trying to make this? This is what they're trying to sell? So I would buy it for that curiosity avenue. But, oh, man. Terrible. would you make this product? Okay, so Sköl, I'm so proud of Sköl. Not that I have any connection with Sazerac, but it's really doing well. It's doing so well. And I think the Bocador is going to be tough. Ooh, that's going to be tough. From the Jacquin Distilling in Philadelphia, Jacquin SE, that one is going to be tough. I think the Bocador could beat the Sköl. It's pretty dry, and I think I might have trouble telling them apart. And the Bocador cost me $2 more per bottle. So obviously I would just buy whatever was cheaper. You understand? I would save $2 and buy the Sköl. But the Bocador is interesting. And I noticed at Don's Don's grocery store, Don's Country Market on Louisiana Highway 53. I noticed that they had the Bocador Overproof 151. I ain't buying no 151 proof rum. But I want to see if they have the Bocador Gold. So when I go back there to get some of their smoked sausage, hot, of course, and hogshead cheese, hot, of course, I'm going to check that Bocador. Backwoods Billy. Oh, yeah, Backwoods Billy. What's up, Jay? He says jaw, but he meant Jay. Have a great week, guys. Cheers. Cheers to you, Backwoods Billy. And you ought to join us in these hangouts, Backwoods Billy. You ought to join us in these hangouts. Craft Beer Pours should join us in these hangouts. Everybody should join us in these hangouts. And I mean on air, you know, like part of the live stream. So this was a very interesting experience and a treacherous experience, as I predicted in my mind. Sköl, I like you. I respect you. And I want to say that I would repurchase you. Ron Rio, you are a very naughty rum. You are a naughty rum. Why are you like this? Why do you smell like pesticide? You naughty little item. He says he's with my wife. Oh. Not really dressed for it, just chilling. Yeah, okay. Well, people could take that in many ways. Many ways. And especially one way. And you know how people are these days in this salacious world of 2019. Island Natty says, what's up, Ronnie? Look like you full-time, laughing out loud. I'm not full-time. I'm not full-time. I was watching all those baseball highlights this morning. And I'm going to tell you this, Major League Baseball. If you make a 3-minute highlight game recap, that's perfect. 3 minutes. Why are you making 5-minute, 59-second videos 6 minutes long? I do not want to watch a 6-minute long game recap. Heck, I just soon watched the game. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what our game summary is? You have 15 games a night on a full night. 15 games. You cannot be making these 4.5, 5.5, 6-minute videos. Get it together. Make your 3-minute videos and we are good. ESPN has given up on making game recaps. They don't even make summaries anymore. They just show highlights of various little plays in the game. They must have fired all the people that did the narration. ESPN used to have like a 1.5-minute summary. A little bit too fast. They would kind of rush like, this happened, and they would spend a lot of time on their little cheeky comments, like they think they're funny, you know. I say MTV, I meant to say ESPN, same thing. ESPN, they try to be funny, like that jocular humor, that glib humor. It's really not that funny. But then I guess they realized nobody was watching the highlights, so they got rid of all the people. They had no more highlights. I used to watch them all, ESPN. Of course, the ads, you had to watch an ad that lasted long as the highlight. But MLB does great. Major League Baseball does a great job with their game recaps, but some of them are too long. All right, got to calm down. Connor Benach says, has Hurricane Dorian? Oh, Backwoods Billy says, not that way. What do you mean? I was implying that y'all were playing Parcheesi. I don't know what's going on. All right. That's that. That is the end of this live stream, folks. I'm out of here, but I'll be back, God willing. You know I'll be back with more rum taste challenges. Hopefully some good ones, and I do have good ones. And whiskey taste challenge, I have some really good ones. And get ready for the grand legacy. Hi, send a save to your Hurricane Dorian party. Oh yeah, y'all got the hurricane. Have you ever drank an Alabama Slammer? Says SK Reviewer. Well, I had the Club Tales Alabama cocktail thing, which was very good. Hi, send a save to your Brazilian fans, says Gabriel Guimarães. Hello, Brazilian fans. Travis D says, hey, Ronald, do you notice that there isn't as many beers from other states being distributed now? I'm right next door in Texas. We have seen a significant increase in Texas beers lately. Exactly, Travis D. We have so many Louisiana beers on the shelves now that craft beers from other states have been chased away. Oh, sure, we get a lot of them still, but it's not like 10 years ago. So a lot of craft beers that people tell me about, I cannot get and I have no hope to get. But I'm sure not going to worry about it. That's what's popular here. People want to drink Louisiana craft beers. Are they good? Some of them are good. Some of them are good. Many of them are good. Not all of them. Jeff Lyon says, so you shaved. Yes. The beard is gone. Thankfully, it kept waking me up at night. I would wake up at night. What is that? I said, oh, it's hair from my beard. I said, I can't wait to shave that off. Ron, can you be a stand-up comedian? No, I cannot, Island Natty, because it would be unfair. Those people that do stand-up comedy have bills to pay. They have a career. And I don't want to run them out of business. You know what I mean? Like, I get into stand-up comedy and the whole industry becomes a monopoly and I'm running it. And I don't want to do that because I have income and I don't need to be setting up an empire in another industry. It would obviously be an empire. But no, I'm going to let the stand-up comedians keep their jobs and I'm going to stay out of that business. Craft beer is on the way out, says Backwoods Billy. I wouldn't say it's on the way out, but it's definitely not on the way up. Those days have passed. I tried to say, I thought 2015 was when the crash would come. But there was more slack in the rope than I had first believed. But now, the slack is gone. And what I predicted is coming to pass. Well, it wasn't just me predicting it. I mean, you could figure this out. You didn't have to have a master's degree in economics from Morgan State University. You could just go to a store and see all this on the shelves, flooding the shelves, and half of it was covered with dust in 2014. And you said, no way this is going to last. And people told me, you're just anti-craft beer. I said, wrong again. Travis D said, the craft beers from other states are here too, but nothing like it was just 3 years ago. Yeah, you're right. Gabriel Guimarães says, have you ever taken Hennessy? Yes, I reviewed Hennessy quite a number of times, and I loved Hennessy VS. I loved the Hennessy VSOP Privilege, and I loved the Hennessy Black. Beautiful products. Beautiful products. Fabulous, really. Wine, spirits on the rise, especially wine, also FMBs. FMBs. Not sure. I don't think I know what that is, but you're right about the wine and spirits. Ron, you funny, says Alanati. Are you doing a Fundale Friday no more? You mean Fandango Friday? Sure, we're going to do it, but we can't do it every Friday. We have other things to do, like work at bingo for the Knights of Columbus. My whole life isn't obsessed with Fandango Friday. I think James P. Madonna would want to do it every Friday, but I've told him, I said, I cannot do that every Friday. Once a month is what I want to do. Once a month, I could tolerate. He said, but you're in a cult because you never give up beer reviews. I said, that's not true. I don't do Wildcard Wednesday every Wednesday. And I don't do Stout Sunday every Stout Sunday. He said, well, you make sure you never miss Stout Sunday. I've missed Stout Sunday probably more than I've participated in it. But I think he was just angry because I said I wasn't going to do Fandango Friday every Friday. I'm not going to do that. But once a month is nice. Every Friday is a drag. That's the way I look at it. Okay. I mean, flavored malt beverages. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just taking the world by storm. It's like totally out of control now with flavored malt beverages. Some of them actually, many of them are pretty darn good, especially the high gravity, the 8 to 10%. Something about those flavored malt beverages, whether it's flavored ale or flavored lager or flavored malt liquor, it seemed like the 8 to 10% gives it a necessary body. Like it has enough body to facilitate the flavoring. The coloring doesn't matter. Like the U.S. government, I read that article. It's a very good article on the USDA website. They said that the artificial coloring, it doesn't matter because it has no flavor or aroma. It's just a coloring. It's a neutral thing. It's used all the time in cake decorating and all that. They say it's not going to hurt you, okay? No matter what these internet people say, where you can buy their books and CDs. They said the problem with natural coloring is that it can add unwanted flavors and aromas. It's natural, comes from nature. It might come from like anything from nature. It could be tree bark, a porcupine nostril. It doesn't matter. They said, but the problem with the coloring, if it's natural, it tends to, they said they've had problems that it tends to alter the flavor, like make the cake or the beer taste funny. Like they don't want that. They said the artificial coloring has been so, like yellow number 5, so well refined, let's use that word, refined, like a chemical, which is what it is, that it doesn't affect the flavor. Now, those flavored beverages he's talking about, like the Club Tails, the Smirnoff Ice Smash, the Red's Wicked Apple, they use most of them use natural flavoring, which has to come from nature. And those are pretty darn good. You know, I haven't tried any of the artificial flavored ones. I don't want to really mess with that. Some of the Steel Reserve I tried were natural flavored, and they were pretty good. Even David admitted, I don't like them. He said, I don't like this stuff. Fair enough. I don't really like it. He said, but I have to admit, it is pretty well made. So he's fair with things. Now, Jeffrey Lyons with NEBR, New England Beer Review, he says, I have a hard time enjoying flavored malt liquor when it's blue or red or some other color. Psychological, I guess. Yeah, and that's true. Now, like the one you drink that look like antifreeze. There's some psychological thing, like you don't want to drink a liquid that looks like antifreeze, anti-freeze. I can understand it. Or blue. Blue is a color people don't like to drink. So I tend to agree with what you're saying. If it's gray, then it maybe looks like coconut water or something. And the ones that were coconut added didn't have coloring, I noticed. Didn't say natural. It didn't say coloring. That's just what it looks like. Gray. Are you going to bed or cut grass? Laughing out loud. I am going to go to bed at nighttime. And then I did cut the grass already with that dying lawnmower, which has very little life left. I might try one more time to cut with it. And we'll see what this new expensive all gasoline gas does, you know, no ethanol does. He said it's going to clean it up. Yeah, well, if it's running like hell, like garbage the next week, then I'm going to say, that's it. Show over. I'm going to buy another lawnmower. The last one I bought was $128 from Walmart. It lasts 15 years. So if I go buy another one in the last 15, I'm okay. I'm not going to keep running here, running there, changing spark plug, trying this, trying that. Just let it go. Just let it go. Have you ever invited your neighbors for a beer fest? No, because they have no interest in it. I got neighbors next door that drink beer pretty regularly and probably more than me on an average. But they drink Bud Light and Miller Lite, and that's all they drink. And I have let them try other beers, but their interest level is a virtual 0. None of the other neighbors even drink. My neighbor across the street drinks. She has invited me to come over and drink wine, and I have done that. And so she would be the one maybe interested in that, but only marginally, and it wouldn't be worth it. She would never do a review, so don't even entertain that idea. Jeff Lyon says, at least the Steel Reserve Citrus Good looks like a beer. Citrus Gold looks like a beer. I haven't had the Citrus Gold. Did an experiment in psychology classes, Backwoods Billy, as a chef, and I cooked some dishes. Some were food coloring colored, and some were blue-orange. Everyone threw up with the blue-colored food. It's something in your mind that does that, because color is important to look at in wine, spirits, and beer. Once you see it, your mind brings up memories. Yeah, like triggers bad memories and blue and and which antifreeze, that doesn't necessarily make you want to drink it. Our aromatics bring up memories. Yeah, like some things I'll smell, it makes me think of my grandmother's house, which always smelled like detergent. She used Tide, I think, like Tide. It had to be Tide. And she had that utility room right by the kitchen. It always smelled strongly of Tide powder. It was just like, whoa, you know, it just like take you back. But it wasn't a bad smell. Like her house was so clean. I mean, she was like fanatical about cleanliness, like fanatic, just a fanatic, which I like. I like fanaticism when it comes to cleanliness. But she was a fanatic about other things that would get on your nerves. You know, like me, I can get on people's nerves really without any effort. But Steel Reserve 211, 6%. Anyway, this video is going on way too long. It's supposed to be about the rum. People are just talking. We're hanging out, you know, talking now. The next rum is the Bocador, and that'll be on next Wednesday. So let's say the 11th of September, but it's probably really going to be on the 10th in the afternoon. I'll probably do a double up, because on Wednesdays is a bad day. It's a bad day to do taste challenge. I don't have enough time. But on Tuesday, I'll do it for that slot. Then that'll be it for the Sköl, and then we'll do Caliber rum against everybody. That won't be a challenge. I won't need 2 glasses, because Caliber is so sweet like candy. It smells like state fair cotton candy. You ever been to a state fair or a county fair or a city fair or whatever and smell the cotton candy? It's such a strong sugar note. It's like you can feel your teeth rotting just smelling it. So that's what the Caliber's like. I would never confuse Caliber with anything. I could just use this rocks glass or one of the other whiskey glasses I have, and you'd never confuse it. But it's a peculiar product, strange, it's odd as heck. Tastes pretty good though, especially for candy aficionados. But if you ever want to spend $9.96, I'm serious, $9.96 for a huge 1,750 milliliter bottle of rum with the most bizarre flavor, get Caliber white rum. It's called Caribbean Silver. This was called Caliber Caribbean Silver. It'll really, you'll be mind-boggled, really. It'll be mind-boggling. I'm curious to try the CVS, the one from CVS Pharmacy. It's also about $10.99. It's like $1 more for the jug bottle. It's all coming from Sazerac. That company makes so many millions of dollars every week selling this private label stuff. You just cannot believe. But I bet it's going to be sugary sweet like that. But I won't. How would I know until I try it? Okay, I gotta go. I have to go. People keep pulling me back in with all these comments. Good comments, though. So Backwoods says, so you're already making up your mind about what you are consuming before you eat or drink it? No, I already had. I've had it. I've had the Caliber. I did a solo review, recorded on the camera, and then I did taste challenges with it. But I didn't use it as a taste challenger against everybody else. It just came up when they were fighting against. So no, I know it. I know what Caliber tastes like. It tastes like cotton candy. I think you'd like it. because you kind of like interesting flavors, Backwoods Billy. So it's odd. I mean, it's odd, but it's not bad. I never said it was bad. I just said it was strange. Jeff Lyons said, a few times a year, I join my fellow New Hampshire Rate Beer members for an afternoon of beer tasting and reviewing. About 5 or 6 of us get together for these. That sounds like a good time. I wish we had groups like that around here. We do have the groups, but they're not based on rate beer. Sometimes they go down to like the Bulldog in New Orleans and get together. I don't really do that because I kind of like don't want to spend money in New Orleans since the events of the spring of 2017. But even more so, I would have to drive back. And I don't feel comfortable driving 30 miles after going with those guys because they ain't going to drink like 2 little 4-ounce glasses. These guys, I mean, look, I don't know what they're drinking. 11% craft beer, 12% craft beer, 13% craft beer, 9% craft beer. Let's make some fireballs. They're going to dump Fireball whiskey in it. We're going to dump Crown Royal in it. We're going to dump Dickel in it. I mean, I'll say if I could crawl next door to a hotel where I was staying, I might. But I said, I can't do that. And anyway, I don't like to do that because the next day I feel like I took medicine. I said, I feel like I took medicine. What's going on around here? So I like to watch what they're doing when they do the hangouts, and they'll post them in their groups like Church of the Sacred Brew. And they'll say, oh, look what we did. And I'll say, oh, that looks fun. Glad I wasn't there. Like the camaraderie. Don't like the negative outcomes of it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at my house, here at home, and people come over and they want to try things, good. If I go to David's house in Jefferson Parish, 6 miles away, we'll taste things. I'm careful. I say, I'm careful now. A few times I wasn't. I say, no, stop. Let's try this and let's cut it off. And then we'll watch TV, eat something. You know, I'll say, well, now I'll leave. You know, but you got to be very, 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 very careful. Very careful. Oh my word. Island Natty says, you ever try psychedelic mushrooms? No, but I have Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album, and I like to have mushrooms on pizza and in salad. Connor Benach says, they stopped selling Steel Reserve in my area. I'm not sure why. Finish the beer. Let's chat, Ronnie, says Island Natty. Connor Benach says, I'm stuck with Bush Ice. We can't even get Bush Ice around here, huh? G and JK says, clinking the mugs. Cheers, folks. Steel Reserve and a Jim B. Excuse me, Brown Foreman. Don't plot against me. I meant to say Jack Daniels glass. Backwoods Billy said, Appleton Spice Rum is the best in my opinion. I've seen it, never had it. Island Natty, Ronnie, don't go finish the beer so we can chat with you. I can't chat. I got to get off of this. I'm going to listen to that radio show. I'll send you a case of Axe Head 11%. Then you would be my enemy. The color, the aromatics help make your mind up based on past experiences, says Backwoods Billy. I agree with that. I agree with everything you've said today, Backwoods Billy. Island Natty says, smiley face crying. How far is David? Can you walk to his house? Well, I mean, yeah, I could walk 26 miles, but I would not do that since I could drive my Ram truck there. Okay. The people down the street bought a new Ram, a 2019 Ram, not a Ram Classic. There's 2 2019 Rams. You know that, right? It's kind of crazy, right? Selling 2 2019s at the same time. 2019, they got the new 2019 Ram and the 2019 Ram Classic, which is leftover 2018s that they are VIN number, you know, VIN, vehicle identification number, and putting out as 2019s. Oh, you can get some great deals on the 2019 Ram Classics. I'm talking about a brand new, never before driven, brand new truck with 4 doors, quad cab. You hear what I'm saying to you? Cruise control, tilt steering, automatic transmission for $21,000, 21,900, 22,000. Quad cab, brand new. Do you understand what I'm trying to communicate to you? Brand new, not a program vehicle, not used, brand new. You can get a single cab for $19,500, $19,500. People will lie to you in your life. They will tell you lies like you cannot buy a brand new vehicle for less than $19,000. That's a lie. It's an insidious lie. One of the reasons I bought the truck last year was to prove the people wrong. I bought a brand new Ram 2018. I couldn't get a 2019 because they weren't there yet. I was on the website. They said they're not there yet. They're on the way. So I ain't waiting for these to come in. And I knew the 2019s weren't going to be discounted when they had 2018s on the lot. So I bought a 2018, brand new, right? New, like it had like 2 miles on it for like driving in around the lot. $19,475. They actually sent me a refund. They said, we charged you too much for sales tax. We calculated it. We screwed up. So that's what made it drop to 19,470. Let's say 19,500. Let's just say that. Round it off. Brand new. How is your truck? Is it a hoopty? I don't know what a hoopty means. Oh, the truck's fine. I had to replace the battery. It didn't start one day 2 weeks ago. And then I went to the Dodge. Oh, I'm sorry. The Ram dealership. They say it's no longer a Dodge. It's its own division, Ram. And they said the battery won't take a charge, so they changed it. I said, is that normal for a battery to go bad after 9 months? The man said, sometimes they come off the delivery truck with a bad battery. Brand new, off the delivery truck, it won't start. He said, batteries are weird like that. I had the Dodge Avenger, beautiful car too. Dodge Avenger for 7 years, and the battery never missed a beat. Never missed a beat. I had that Toyota Corolla. After 3 years, I went to start it one day to go to work. Wouldn't even click. You know what I mean? Sometimes I go click, 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 click. I said, look at this here. So a battery, you just never know. But aside from that, no, I had no trouble with that Ram. In fact, on the interstate, I've been getting 24 miles to the gallon. 24 miles to the gallon, and it's got 305 horsepower. With that Pentastar V6, believe me, if you're trying to get around somebody in traffic and you stomp it, you better watch what you're doing, because it's got a lot of power. And that's the weak engine. That's the slow engine. It's like a Dodge Challenger. You buy a Dodge Challenger and you get the V6, the slow engine. You better be careful with that slow V6 engine, because it's incredible. And if you really want to be stupid, you can get the Wildcat, the Hellcat, excuse me. But why would you need a vehicle with 800 horsepower? You know, it's like you're driving around in a German V2 rocket from 1945, and you can like lightly tap the gas pedal and go rocketing through somebody's house. Like, why would you need to buy that? Why would you want that? Well, I know people don't really drive them. They buy them and put them in a garage and save them for collectability. So anyway, I didn't intend this to be a hangout. Just people keep asking me questions. What's for dinner, says SK Reviewer. Oh, a few little snack items, because I had a good biscuit sandwich for breakfast with the sausage biscuit biscuit and the cheese and the scrambled eggs from McDonald's, although they were slow and it was driving me batty. And then I had some tomato soup with the pickled smoked sausage, believe it or not, pickled smoked sausage, sliced onions, and some bread and butter, not margarine. And then I had some Dutch apple pie. It was pretty good. Here, quad cabs are $59,000 to $74,000, says Backwoods Billy. Well, yeah, you could buy those if you get the. I mean, there's so many additions. Now, the ones I'm talking about, a quad cab Ram. Oh, and by the way, when my battery died, I called their roadside assistance, and I called them at like 3 a.m. The lady's like, "Are you inside the interstate?" I said, "No, I'm at home." "Oh, good." She said, "Okay." She said, "Well, what color is your Dodge?" I'm looking around the room. I said, to myself, Dodge? Wasn't there all this hoopla 9 years ago that it was no longer a Dodge, but it was now a Ram? I'm sorry, 8 years ago, it's a Ram. I'm on the phone with Ram, in other words, Chrysler, Fiat, and they're asking me, what color is your Dodge? I said, my Dodge, huh? Okay, I got you. That's not the first time that's happened. I was looking on the Ram website, and I brought up a photo of a Ram truck, like a 2016 Ram. And then I looked at the information, and it says, like the photos, it says Dodge/Ram/1500. I said, Dodge? I said, I thought it was a Ram. But no one calls it that. Everybody I know says Dodge. When I bought the truck, somebody that I work with said, man, Dodge makes some sporty ass little trucks. He just, colloquial speaking, because they're not little. One thing about a Ram truck, is huge. It's huge. You can barely fit it in. I can barely fit it in my carport. It's huge. It's like this huge truck. All right. Get it together. So yeah, the quad cabs you can buy in New Orleans for $23,000 are not going to have a microwave oven and a robot and a satellite on them. You know what I mean? They're going to be somewhat basic. They're going to have vinyl seating, rubberized flooring, which I prefer. I hate carpet. Can't keep that carpet clean. I can take a wet towel and wipe my whole vehicle down. It looks beautiful. Couldn't stand that carpet on that Avenger. Love the Avenger, though. It's going to be more practical. It's going to be a practical vehicle. It's not going to have a liquor bar. It's not going to have a built-in shag carpet. It's not going to have captain seats. You know what I mean? It's not going to have a whirlpool in the back. It's just going to be a 4-door Ram with a whole lot of stuff on it. But it's going to be like $22,000. It's going to be brand new. It's going to have a 3-year warranty. And it's going to have a 60,000-mile bumper to bumper, well, a 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, 5-year warranty. It's going to be a pretty incredible truck for $22,000 plus tax. And that ain't no joke. Oh, and tax, title, and license. And that is no joke. So don't let people fool you. You do not have to get sucked in to putting your life in debt. You do not have to do that. Do not do that. Okay? You can buy great vehicles for way less than $59,000. Okay? If you talk to me off air, I will show you this. We can do this. This can happen. All right? But this is not anything new. This has been going on forever. I remember in 2001, okay, 18 years ago, All right. '01. I was looking at new Camaros, brand new Camaros, brand new, like no one ever drove it. All right. Chevrolet Camaro. I know got discontinued. Then they brought it back. I know it's kind of a little bit of a problem story. But anyway, I know the whole thing. You don't have to tell me anything. I know it all. So, but brand new, new for $12,995. $12,995. Brand new Chevrolet Camaro. Stupidly, I bought a Mustang for $13,900. Every day I drove that Mustang. I said, why didn't I buy the Camaro? What, are you stupid or something? It was a strange color. It was like orange, like alert orange with gray glitter interior. You know, it's like Chevrolet made the car and they were like, why do we make this? No one's going to buy it. So they had an incredible discount and it was brand new, but brand new for $12,995. Why did I not buy that car? It was a disastrous mistake. But that's then, this is now. Okay, but talk to me off air. Believe me, you can get a brand new vehicle for a much lower price than you might ever imagine. I talk to people all the time. They're like, I bought this new truck or car. And I say, oh yeah, that's nice. Monique. I say, that's not new, is it? Oh no, Ronald. This is people talking to me. No, Ronald, this is a 2014. And I'm thinking, 2014. I said, what you paid for that, Monique? Oh, I got a good deal. I paid $18,000. And I'm like, okay, got a good deal. But they won't talk to you. I'm like, why you didn't talk to me? You know, it's like, why you didn't talk to me? I could have brought you here. You could have got a brand new. No one ever drove it. It's from 2019. It's brand new, Monique. It's got a 3-year warranty. It's brand new. No one ever drove it. You paid $18,000 for a 2014. I could get you a 2019 brand new for $19,000. You pay $500 more. Why are you doing this? But they don't listen. I don't understand that. All right. Island Natty says, do you get a maid to dust your bottles and cans? I think Neil Young said a man needs a maid. Ron, do you have a bike? I had a bike, but I gave it to a lady who lived next door. And I got no more comments about that. I don't know if she still owns the bike. I also gave her a mattress. True story. Ron, do you have a motorcycle? No, but I've seen movies featuring motorcycles. Tommy Consenza says, hey, Ron, hope you're doing well. I love your reviews. I am doing well, and I'm glad you like my reviews because I enjoy doing the reviews. Okay, so end of the story. Long video. Everything I said was true. You can buy a brand new vehicle for $19,000. So why are you paying $18,000 for a 5-year-old used car? Why are you getting treated this way? Why are you doing this? But I don't say a word. I'm just at work and I shake my head and I'm thinking, they did it. They fell for it. I mean, I don't get it. And I'll have people tell me to my face, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You can't get a brand new vehicle for under 20. And I want to tell them, are you stupid or what? You're the same guy that told me Jack Daniels wasn't a bourbon. Now you're telling me you can't get a brand new vehicle for under 20. But I know these secrets. All right, Maxwell says, clap, clap, clap. Yes. Reek Geed 2 says, Sköl and only Sköl. Ah, there's one of the Sköl fans. They're out there, folks. They exist. They're out there. They're loud, they're proud, and they're in your face. All right, well, the Steel Reserve is a jewel. You know, I gave it a score last night that was probably technically too high, but golly gee, it's a pleasant item. I'm not talking about the 8.1, not talking about the 8.1. I'm talking about the 6%, 6.0. Pleasant. Oh, so very pleasant. Maxwell says funny. Well, you know, I can't help it, Maxwell. It's a gift. Anyway, oh, my word. All right, well, it's hot as Hades out here. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm sure if you went to Hades, it'd be way worse. We just use those expressions because what are you going to say? Hot as the Molucca Islands? I mean, people don't say that. All right, it's as hot as Celebes Island. It's hot as Mindanao. It is as hot as human. Okay, it is as hot and humid as Luzon. But you know what I'm saying. All right. Anyway, that's that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more. This video is going to end at this particular time.